Have you ever noticed that you just don't know how to stop? You finish one project, immediately you have to start on another. In fact, you work harder than everyone around you. You exercise harder, you think faster, you sleep less. And if you sit still for 5 minutes, you feel guilty. Here's the question no one ever asked me. What if that's not your personality? What if that's your nervous system? Something to think about. Hi, I'm Dr. Jody Medell. I'm an integrative and functional medicine practitioner. I hold a doctorate in physical therapy, and I have over 30 years of clinical experience. So I want to tell you about a conversation that I had with a patient the other day that really made me do another deep dive into the way I think about healing. This week, I was talking with a patient who grew up in poverty with significant adversity. Through incredible determination, he completely transformed his life. Today, he's a highly successful PhD, obviously has an advanced degree, and leads a very demanding career. From the outside, you'd look at him and say, what is success? He looks like he's thriving. But from his perspective, he's also dealing with chronic muscle tension, poor sleep, a mind that never shuts off, muscle twitching that gets worse when life gets stressful, muscle twitching to the extent that other people can see it. If he's in front of a group leading a discussion, you can see the twitching in his muscles. Interestingly enough, when he's on vacation, the twitching disappears. As we talked, something clicked for both of us. He looked at me and basically said, you know, this is just how I've always been. I'm always on. And that's when I realized something. People who grow up in chronic stress often don't even know they were living or growing up in that chronic stress, because that's all they've ever known. They have nothing to compare it to. For many of us, being busy isn't just something we do. It's who we believe we are. We push. Then we push harder. We in fact pride ourselves in getting more done than everyone else. We don't understand why other people need breaks. And secretly, we actually think they're lazy. If we finally sit down, we feel guilty. If we aren't producing something, we feel like we're wasting time. Does any of that sound familiar? Here's the fascinating part. Many people think this is ambition. It's drive. And sometimes it really is. But sometimes it's survival. Your nervous system learned years ago that staying alert, staying productive, staying useful, staying ahead was how you stayed safe. The problem is, your nervous system doesn't know the danger is over. It keeps running that same program. As I was talking with my patient, I realized something else. People who have lived this way for decades don't have an off button. Not because they're broken, but because no one ever taught them. Their body has become incredibly efficient at living in high alert. The very thing that helped them succeed is now quietly preventing them from fully healing. And here's what makes this so confusing. You can actually become attached to the state, not just emotionally, but physiologically. When you're used to living with a constant activated nervous system in sympathetic nervous system overdrive, slowing down does not feel peaceful. It feels super uncomfortable. It makes you restless. You start to feel guilty. You think you should be doing something. So you speed back up. I know this because I've lived it. For years, I believed pushing myself was simply who I was. It's how I was designed. I thought that's what high-functioning people did. But over time, I realized something. My body wasn't asking me to do more. It really was asking me to listen, because I couldn't keep up with that. Although on the outside, it seemed like what I should be doing, I knew at a gut level it wasn't sustainable. Nor, truly, if I were to really do that deep dive and check in, it didn't really feel good either. It's just what I did. One of the biggest misconceptions in our culture is that rest makes us weak. But biology tells us something completely different. Your body repairs during recovery. Your brain reorganizes during recovery. Your hormones rebalance during recovery. Your immune system becomes more resilient during recovery. Recovery isn't the opposite of performance. Recovery is what allows performance. That's why I said in the last video, your body whispers before it screams. The tight shoulders, the headaches, the digestive issues, the poor sleep quality or the lack of sleep, the anxiety, the muscle twitching. These aren't your body betraying you at any level. Really, it's your body trying to get your attention. So this week, I want you to notice something. Not change it, just notice it. How many times do you feel guilty for resting? How many times do you immediately reach for the next task, checking off that next thing on your to-do list? How uncomfortable does slowing down actually feel like for you? Because awareness always comes before healing. If this video described you, I want you to know something. You are not lazy for needing rest. You are not weak for slowing down. And you're certainly not broken. Your nervous system adapted when you were young to help you survive. Now it's time to teach it something new. Because healing isn't about becoming someone different. It's about giving your body the permission to stop surviving and to start living. I'll see you next week.